My question then would be, could Muhammad or even Noah or any of the other prophets count as being messiahs?
So Islamically, yes, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Ibrahim alayhi salam, because he had the Suhuf, Isa, Jesus, Ibn Maryam, and those are all Rusul, and you can call them in that sense messiahs as well.
Okay, so you can call the other
Sure.
prophets messiahs.
Why not?
So why aren't they called messiahs?
They
then?
are. And what do you mean they're not?
So Muhammad, Noah, and these other prophets, they're called messiahs?
You could call them messiahs if you like. I mean, what do you mean they're not called?
So nowhere do we only find Jesus being identified as the Messiah.
Where?
In the Quran and the Hadith. All right, very good. So go to 1 Corinthians for me, chapter 2.
Go for it. Here you go.
You don't know where it
I know
is,
where
man? You got
Corinthians is.
all right, go to it, man.
I was just trying to help you.
Wrong way, man. You got to go the other way. Corinthians in the New Testament, Sheikh.
I got you. Relax. We've gone over Corinthians many a time.
All right, good. You should know where it is.
That was funny. For anyone who doesn't know what happened in the follow-up, I don't even think I saw that. I think I saw one of the follow-up videos that was discussing. Matter of fact, I think it was a DCCI video. They were discussing Sheikh Uthman's response, where he was supposedly bringing a hadith where other people can be called messiahs, and it was actually a footnote or something like that. And so his defense, I guess, was, "Oops, he made a mistake." When if you talk to Sheikh Uthman, he's doing this all the time. He's one of the people, and this is just very common for lots of people. The idea seems to be, say whatever you need to say in the moment to win your point, even if it can be totally refuted later on. Just hope that no one bothers to actually come and point out that you were misrepresenting things. And this is the reason it would be common for someone like Sheikh Uthman, is that video is pretty recent for him to be focusing on. For years, he's just doing Dawah. And if you got people coming up to you on the street, you're not going to see or at a park, you're not going to see most of these people again. So you can kind of say whatever you want, right? You can just make things up all you need to. And so looks like he was thinking, oh, here's a guy and I can make something up, and oh, he came back, but this guy's not going to know any better, so I can say whatever I want. I can make things up. And then he got busted for it. And oops, my bad. And so it's a situation where there are only two possibilities. Either he knew what he was doing, he was deliberately deceptive, he was deliberately lying, or he's incredibly ignorant of, if you can't tell the difference between a hadith and a footnote, you got some problems there. All right. So what are your thoughts on God logic apologetics?
Yeah, well, just briefly to add to what you said about the footnote controversy. So Avery, that's God Logic's actual name. He went back then the next week. Uthman, even though he said, I'll bring you multiple books, he brings them a single piece of paper that he printed out. And what he did is he combined a hadith and a footnote in Arabic, but the Arabic portion that he claimed was Messiah was actually a typo. And actually didn't even say Messiah.
Oh, wow.
It said beautiful Sharia is what it said. And there was a typo that made it look like it said Messiah, and he claimed that it was a proof of what he had said. Even though the hadith had absolutely nothing to do with the Messiah, the footnote, if you actually read it, he surely knew that it was talking about the Sharia law.
Again, that's something that you can do just by asking Sheikh Uthman questions. Again, the natural inclination is to say whatever I need to say. So think about the situation here, ladies and gentlemen. The underlying problem is that Jesus is identified as Messiah, and the Islamics, they have no clue what this means. They have no clue what this means, right? So why is Jesus the Messiah? What is different about him? And you can make something up, right? You can make something up about the word Messiah and say, aha, this is why Jesus is the unique Messiah. Or you can say, well, other people can be Messiahs too. In which case, you got to defend that point. And looks like Sheikh Uthman has earned his name Sheikh Ibn Fibbin, because again, ladies and gentlemen, two possibilities here. Either he knew he was lying. Because keep in mind, I mean, I've seen pictures of him in his library. He's got all the books. Why in the world do you bring in a printout of a page unless you're deliberately messing around with it? But notice a brand new guy that until very recently, most of us had never heard of, God Logic here, Avery, was able in a very short amount of time to expose Sheikh Uthman for making things up and get him to admit that he had at least made a mistake. He tried to downplay it. He's not deceptive, but very quickly got Sheikh Uthman to embarrass himself. And then even though God Logic here is showing up and saying, hey, we can get along while we're investigating these things, people eventually started thugging out on him, right? Didn't they go into thug mode after this? I recall some clip about that.
Don't touch me. Don't touch. You touch me. No, don't touch.
All right, Sheikh is running. Oh my God. Sheikh. Sheikh, thank
Don't ever say it again!